Welcome back to your APSU TV News. I'm Marlon Harden.
And I'm Brianna Franklin.
Singer David, known offstage as David Burke, is behind bars accused of the murder of a 14-year-old. ABC News reports police arrested Burke after someone found the decomposed body of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez in the trunk of his Tesla tied to Burke. Celeste has disappeared for some time in 2024. It wasn't until September of 25, 2 yard workers uncovered her remains in Hollywood. Detectives spent months piecing together what happened. Eventually, they handed over their case to Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office. Prosecutors have charged Burke with first-degree murder and a long list of other serious crimes. Court records paint a gruesome picture, even alleging the victim was dismembered. Burke has pleaded not guilty, and his lawyers insist he's innocent, promising to defend him aggressively in court. The investigation into the Louisiana mass shooting that killed 8 children has taken a new turn. Now everyone wants to know how the accused gunman got his hands on a weapon. Detectives say the gun was probably stolen from a truck belonging to Charles Ford, a convicted felon in Shreveport. Ford, who's 56, faced full charge of illegally having a gun for lying to investigators when questioned. The alleged shooter, Shamar Elkins, is 31. Because of his own felony conviction, he wasn't supposed to have a firearm at all. That details brought up tough questions about how he managed to get one. Authorities think Elkins swiped the gun from Ford's truck weeks before the attack, but Ford never reported the theft. No one's really sure why. The shooting, called one of the country's worst in years, claimed the lives of 8 children, most were Elkins' own. During what police say was a violent domestic situation, 2 women were injured, and Elkins died after a chase with police. Investigators are still digging into how Elkins got the gun and whether more charges are coming.
A disturbing case out of Nashville is raising serious concerns about the misuse of artificial intelligence to exploit children. WKR News reports Metro Nashville police have arrested a man accused of using an AI chat box called Grok to generate sexually explicit images of children. The tool, available on the social media platform X, can create images and videos using artificial intelligence. Investigators say the case began after they received multiple tips. Detectives traced the images to a social media account and later identified the person using the account. He was taken into custody after officers recovered the images. Legal experts say this case is a growing trend, with families across the country reporting that children are being victimized using AI technology. In some cases, everyday photos like vacation pictures or even school events are being altered into explicit content without consent. The arrest becomes as XAI, the company behind Grok, faces a lawsuit involving 3 minors. The suit claims the technology was used to manipulate real images of children and argues that proper safeguards were not in place. Advocates say that the rapid growth of AI has outpaced regulation, making it harder for parents and authorities to protect children online. Officials urge anyone who comes across suspended child exploitation material to report it through the cyber line or by calling the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children's 24/7 hotline. For now, authorities say this case highlights the urgent need for stronger safeguards as technology continues to evolve. A 22-year-old woman warning about vaping is going viral after she received a devastating cancer diagnosis. Kaylee Boda said she started vaping when she was 15. Now doctors have told her she has 18 months left to live because of lung cancer. Her health started going downhill in 2025. She had a cough, was bringing up dark mucus and then blood. At first, doctors thought it was a chest infection, only later did more tests show it was cancer. They removed part of her lung, put it through chemo, and for her short stretch, she actually got the news she was cancer-free. That didn't last. Just months later, the cancer came back, and this time it had spread to the lining around her lungs. Doctors say her case is terminal. Nobody can say for sure that vaping caused her cancer, but her doctors told her it likely played a part. Boda now feels strongly that years of vaping contributed to her illness. She's urging others, especially teenagers, to quit vaping while they still can. We will be back with the Political Corner right after this short break.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put a frog in a pot of boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in a pot of cool water and slowly heat it up and that frog will boil. As veterans, we can tell ourselves the lie that it's easier to stay in that boiling water, to disconnect. But you've never been interested in easy. You are not a frog.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Having you.
Incredible women. I wish they had those kind of cool careers for women when we were growing up.
So in this flashback, we're all the same age?
Yeah.
What does everyone want to be when they grow up?
If I say 2 jobs, do I get extra credit?
No.
I want to make immersive video games. I want to revolutionize 3D printing. I want to analyze data from the cloud.
I want to be a meteor.
You mean meteorologist?
No.
That's great, Al. Follow your dreams.
For the record, I was a baby in the 70s.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR. It's so good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking. Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Whatever gets you talking. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Welcome back to the Political Corner. I'm Caleb Scott. Governor Bill Lee has signed a series of new immigration laws that could change how the state handles enforcement. One law makes it a crime for some immigrants to remain in Tennessee more than 90 days after a final deportation order. Those found in violation could face a Class A misdemeanor, including jail time and fines. Another law requires local governments and school districts to use the federal E-Verify system, which checks whether employees are legally eligible to work in the United States. Agencies that fail to comply could face investigations or lose state funding. Lawmakers are also pushing a plan to require counties to partner with U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. This would allow local law enforcement to assist with federal immigration operations. Supporters say it improves safety, while critics warn of fear and government overreach. A proposal could require all written driver's license tests to be given only in English. Currently, tests are offered in multiple languages across the state. House Bill 1708 would require all driver's tests to be administered in English without the use of translation tools, interpreters, or digital devices. It would also require proof of citizenship and deny vehicle registration renewals to those who cannot provide legal U.S. status. Supporters say drivers should be able to read road signs and communicate clearly. They argue that the change would improve safety on Tennessee roads, while opponents say there is little evidence that language causes accidents. They also warn it could create barriers for immigrants and international workers. Business groups say it could impact Tennessee's ability to attract global companies. The bill continues to spark debate over safety, fairness, and economic impact. Conservative commentator Riley Gaines is drawing attention after criticizing President Donald Trump. The controversy centers on an AI image posted by Trump last Sunday. Many people compared the image to a religious scene involving Jesus, with Trump seemingly taking the place of Christ. Gaines questioned the post, saying she did not understand why it was shared. She also suggested that more humility was needed from the president. Gaines says she's received private support from Republican leaders. He she says not many have defended her publicly. Trump responded by dismissing Gaines and saying she is not a fan. Trump would also later state that he was in fact the one who posted it and thought it was, quote, me as a doctor, end quote. Despite this, Gaines says she still supports him but stands by her comments. A controversial bill in Tennessee has passed the House that will require the collection and publication of transgender patient medical data on the Tennessee Department of Health's website in a public report. The bill, sponsored by House Republican Jeremy Faison, who said on the House floor March 26 that the bill is aimed at helping people who have, quote, buyer's remorse, end quote, after transgender surgeries. This bill would require clinics to report information to the state. This data would include age, county, types of treatment, and medication details. The information would then be published in a public report by the Tennessee Department of Health. Supporters say that the bill helps those seeking detransition care and improves access to treatment. The bill also requires insurance companies to cover detransition procedures. Opponents argue the data could still be used to identify patients, even without names. Protesters gathered around the Capitol, raising concerns about privacy and safety. The bill now heads to the Senate as debate continues over health privacy and policy. That's all we have for the Political Corner. Stay tuned for the weather right after this.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Yeah! Sam, Elmo! Oh, hey, Julia. Are you ready to play band with us? I'm gonna play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father. I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. For the longest time, fear held me back from ultimately being who I wanted to. I had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
Having you.
Incredible women.
I wish they had those kind of cool careers for women when we were growing up.
So in this flashback, we're all the same age?
Yeah. What does everyone want to be when they grow up?
If I say 2 jobs, do I get extra credit?
No.
I want to make immersive video games. I want to revolutionize 3D printing. I want to analyze data from the cloud.
I want to be a meteor.
You mean meteorologist?
No.
That's great, Al. Follow your dreams.
For the record, I was a baby in the 70s.
So I don't know about you, but luckily I don't have finals. But then it's graduation and then summer. How are you feeling about summer?
I'm really excited for the summertime. I'm just hoping all the showers just kind of stay away. I'm really praying for a lot of warm weather. I would prefer it to be hot than rainy and humid. So yes, but I think it should be pretty well. I'm not gonna lie. You excited for summer?
Yes, I'm very excited. I got a lot of trips planned and then start back here in the fall for my master's.
Yes, I'm excited. But now let's get into the weather. We'll get for the forecast. Thank you all for sticking with us today. My name is Malachi Gibbs. I'm going to be giving the local and national weather forecast today. So as you can see, it's going to be warm in the Midwest, and also it's going to be warm in the South as well. And then also it's going to be warm in the West Coast also. And then as you're going to be making your way to class today, it's going to be fairly warm as well. It's going to be in the high 70s, if I believe. And then there's going to be, I would advise you all to bring a jacket, bring a raincoat as well, because it's going to be rainy and it's going to be showers moving through the rest of the week. And then, you know, it's going to be sitting at 64. So like I said, just wear something light, but also bring a rain jacket because the showers are going to be moving in after tonight. And then as we're making my way to later on tonight, it's going to be dropping down to the 49 degrees. So again, keep that jacket in mind. And then as we're going to be heading into next week, it's going to be showers going to be rolling through for the rest of the week. And the degrees is going to be in the mid 70s. And then the lows is going to be in the mid 60s also. But that's all I have today. Stick with us for this short break, and we're going to throw it right to sports.
Camping buddy. Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving.
I definitely can't drive.
Okay.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
Having you.
Incredible women.
I wish they had those kind of cool careers for women when we were growing up.
So in this flashback, we're all the same age?
Yeah. What does everyone want to be when they grow up?
If I say 2 jobs, do I get extra credit?
No.
I want to make immersive video games. I want to revolutionize 3D printing. I want to analyze data from the cloud.
I want to be a meteor.
You mean meteorologist?
No.
That's great, Al. Follow your dreams.
For the record, I was a baby in the 70s.
Hey Govs fans, I'm Bre and Ryan with your sports update. Starting with women's golf, they ended their season in the ASUN Conference Championship last week in 6th place with 10.22 points. Track and field competed in the Georgia Tech Invitational on the 17th and 18th, with 3 Govs finishing in the top 20. Emma Tucker set her personal best in the hammer throw, and Zoe Span McDonald set her best in the 100-meter hurdles of 14.33. On the 18th, women's lacrosse ended their regular season falling to Stetson 13-17. Within the first 43 points, Kayla Hobday made a goal. Then on the 22nd, they had a home matchup against Lindenwood. They fell 13-16 with Fiona Linkman leading with 5 goals. Softball played North Alabama April 18th and 19th with final scores of 4-5, 5-7, and 1-9. Bree Howard broke the season record home run of 20, and she led with 2 hits and 1 RBI run. Govs baseball played at home on the 19th against Bellarmine, winning 10-5. Brody Lindman picked up his first win of the season after throwing 2/3 of an inning relief and striking out a batter without allowing a run. Men's golf ended their season in the ASUN Conference Championship on the 21st and 22nd, placing 7th with Patton Samuels tying for first. Beach volleyball started the ASUN Beach Volleyball Championship with a 0-5 loss on the 22nd against Stetson. Then the next day, they had their elimination game against North Alabama, but ended their season falling 0-3. With spring sports coming to an end, fans have been looking forward to Govs football upcoming 2026 season.
With fall right around the corner, Austin Peay Governors football is gearing up for what could be one of the most important seasons yet. With a tough schedule and playoff expectations, the Govs are looking to make some noise in the United Atlantic Conference. Coming off a 7-5 competitive season, the Govs enter the fall with their eyes set on one goal.
We trying to win the national championship.
But it won't come easy. Austin Peay faces a challenging schedule that includes key matchups against conference opponents and a big-time road test against Vanderbilt. Last season, their FBS opponent was the highlight of their season, dominating Middle Tennessee 34-14, it being their second time in history beating an FBS opponent. After jumping out a 14-0 lead, at the end of the first quarter, Austin Peay maintained no less than a 10-point lead throughout its victory against Middle Tennessee. The Govs will rely on a mix of veteran leadership and new talent to get the job done. With a competitive roster and strong team chemistry, there's belief that this team can take the next step. The Govs have been working hard already in their spring practices. Defensive lineman Kendall Ball talks about what they've been working on.
We've just been working on, really the basics and getting down to the details because that's what matters in football.
And with 7 home games at Fortier Stadium, the Govs will have plenty of opportunities to build momentum in front of their home crowd. And a stronger focus on away games. Running back Caden Williams talks about their biggest struggle.
Biggest struggle was away games. So playing better on the road.
For fans, the expectation is clear. This team has the potential to be something special. Junior wide receiver Jen Robinson talks about their plan on the field.
Can't leave nothing on the table. Gotta go out there and get everything we can get, and just stay with our rules and be fundamentally sound.
With a tough schedule, a hungry roster, and playoff aspirations, the Austin Peay Governors football are ready to show out for the upcoming season.
That is all I have for your sports update. Look out for softball and baseball for more upcoming games. After the break, we'll be back with more news.
Worried about your friend but don't know how to reach out?
You could say how are you or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR. It's all good if you think you should check in. Yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking. Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Whatever gets you talking. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So, yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Apple has announced a shakeup at the top of this week. Tim Cook is stepping down as CEO. Cook is sticking around, though, moving up to executive chairman of the board. John Ternus is taking over as CEO of Apple. He's been Apple's senior vice president of hardware engineering and knows the company inside and out. The switch happened September 1st. Well, it will happen September 1st. Apple's leaders say this move has been in the works for a long time, with the board backing it fully. Cook has been at the helm since 2011, pushing Apple through huge growth and building out the product lineup until the company became one of the biggest names in tech. Ternus has spent more than 20 years at Apple, helping lead the team behind the iPhone, iPad, and MacBook. Cook will still be active, particularly in areas such as global policy and managing Apple's big partnerships. This change feels like a big deal for Apple. They're setting the stage for new ideas and innovations, especially as they dive deeper into AI and whatever's next for their products.
Now to a new proposal in the United Kingdom that some are calling the turning point in the fight against smoking. WKRN News says that lawmakers in London have passed a tobacco and vapes bill, a measure that will eventually ban the sale of cigarettes for anyone born after December 31st, 2008. Hazel Cheeseman, chief executive of Action on Smoking and Healthcare, calls it, quote, the end of smoking no longer uncertain but inevitable, end quote. Under the new law, the minimum age to purchase cigarettes will continue to increase each year, effectively making it impossible for younger generations to ever legally buy tobacco. The bill still requires formal approval from King Charles III, a step expected to pass without issue. Before it becomes law, the age restrictions are just a part of the plan. The government also will gain new powers to regulate tobacco, vaping, and nicotine products, including their flavors and packaging. Currently, it is illegal in the UK to sell tobacco or vapes to anyone under 18, but this new policy even goes further, aiming to create what officials call a smoke-free generation. The leading preventable cause of the death in the UK, responsible for around 80,000 deaths each year. If enacted, the bill would make the United Kingdom one of the strictest countries in the world when it comes to tobacco regulation. For now, supporters say that this is just the beginning of a long-term push towards ending smoking for good. Nashville is celebrating Earth Day with a new step towards sustainability, launching its first ever foam recycling program. City leaders, including Mayor Freddie O'Connell, held a ribbon-cutting ceremony this week to mark the opening of the program, which will allow Davidson County residents to recycle styrofoam free of charge. The initiative is a collaboration between the Nashville Department of Waste Services, Foam Cycle, the Plastics Industry Association. Officials say residents can now drop off items like meat trays, egg cartons, takeout containers, foam cups, and plates, protective packaging, including foam coolers and molded foam that's used for furniture and electronics. This is believed to be the first program in Tennessee to accept both food service and foam packaging materials at a city-operated facility. Once dropped off, the foam will be processed using a defensor system, which melts it down into a solid brick. That material is then reused to create new products like insulation, roofing materials, and packaging. City leaders say the program will help keep non-biodegradable waste out of landfills and support a more sustainable circular economy. Community advocates also welcome the move, saying it provides a local option for recycling materials that were previously difficult to dispose of responsibly. Officials note that the styrofoam can take up to 500 years to decompose, making recycling efforts like this critical for long-term environmental protection.
A family-friendly event is coming to Clarksville this weekend in honor of military children. The Stephen A. Cohn Military Family Clinic at Centerstone will host its 4th annual Month of the Military Child Carnival, a free community event celebrating the service and sacrifice of military kids. Organizers say the event will feature games, bounce houses, food trucks, and entertainment with more than 800 people expected to attend. The carnival is Saturday from 11 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon at the clinic on Weatherly Drive. An APSU graduate is making history in the science world. Clarksville now reports APSU alum Hannah Richards has become Vanderbilt University's first ever Schmidt Science Fellow, one of the world's most prestigious postdoctoral awards. The highly competitive fellowship selects about 30 recipients globally each year and will support Richards' research on fungal infections impacting leatherback sea turtles. Richards, a first-generation college student, discovered her passion for chemistry while at APSU, where she credits faculty support and determination for her success. She is set to begin her research this summer at Florida Atlantic University, continuing her journey from Clarksville to the global scientific stage.
Sparks explode when a small plane clips a power pole and a moose talks outside a radio station called The Moose. Coming up in today's Take a Look at This.
Shocking video shows the moment a small plane collided with a high-voltage pole before crashing into a Los Angeles area parking lot. The video from the Pacoima incident shows a flash of sparks as the plane snaps the high-tension power pole. Debris and more sparks fly as the plane crashes down to the ground. Officials say the pilot, a 70-year-old man, was the only one on board and was found outside the plane but conscious. According to the San Fernando Valley Sun, he was taken to a hospital in critical condition but is recovering. A local airport said the plane was rented by the pilot, but the cause of the crash is currently unknown. Another small plane came down in another busy area in Arizona, although this one landed without incident, albeit on a city street in Mesa. According to KPNX, no injuries were reported after an apparent mechanical failure forced a student pilot and instructor on the small plane to make the emergency landing. All in all, responders say the plane coming to rest safely on the roadway was a happy ending to a potentially disastrous scenario.
There's no damage to the airplane, no damage to the 2 souls on board. Quite a great day with a safe outcome.
Finally, speaking of coming to rest, that's exactly what a big old moose was spotted doing in Bozeman, Montana. Now, normally seeing a moose in Montana would be no big whoop, but according to a Facebook post, the big galloping galoot just so happened to choose to chillax right outside a local radio station named, wait for it, The Moose. I guess the big guy figured this shady spot had his name written all over it. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
So, what is everybody's plans for summer? Come on, there's gotta be
I have an internship. That's what I'm be doing over the summertime. So right there.
Where is it?
It's a congressional. It's for a congressman's district in the 7th House district. I'm gonna be working in his Clarksville's office.
Oh, nice.
Yes, and I'm
That'll
gonna be
look really good
over
on
the
the
summertime
resume.
as well.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Who else?
I'll be going to a conference this summer in North Carolina.
Yay, yay. Who else?
I'll be going to training camp for RTC for my last thing I do as a junior before I'm officially a senior.
Oh, yay.
Start getting paid that good money.
Yeah, you make those big bucks.
$50 a day.
$50 a day, that's not bad. Well, me personally, I unfortunately still have finals I gotta take care of, but you know, internships, some local, some national, some in St. Louis. We'll see how that goes. Try to go on vacation. I've kind of just been baking in the house for the past few summers, so I'm gonna try to get out and do all that type of stuff, and
Well, unfortunately, that is our last show. That's all the time we have for today. Make sure to follow us on Facebook at APSU TV Clarksville and Instagram at APSU TV_. Thank you for watching your APSU TV News Update. We'll be back as next time, and as always, let's go P!